11 sets of hands were the difference between living and dying for a cyclist in Imperial Beach. In tonight's Zevely Zone, Jeff shows us the reunion between a heart attack victim and the first responders who brought him back to life.
How are you? Good to see you.
It's not every day you get to hug.
Hi, good to see you.
The heroes who saved your life.
If they hadn't have responded, I'd be gone.
In September, Frank Cavanagh took a bike ride from Point Loma to Imperial Beach and collapsed.
And the next thing I know, I woke up in the ICU, and if it hadn't been for these guys.
Frank doesn't remember any of it because he wasn't breathing and he had no pulse.
A lot of us first responders, we go to these calls, and 9 times out of 10, it comes to a negative outcome. So, you know, it's an honor that we get to stand next to a survivor here.
Deputy Richard Pele, along with Deputies Bianca, Dinero, and Casey Calloway, never stopped continuous chest compressions started by 2 bystanders.
It's very tiring. After even just a minute, it's very long.
It's tiring, and we want to give him the best.
Yeah.
As I'm getting tired, we want a fresh set of hands in there, so he's getting the best care we can give him.
I remember hearing one of the paramedics behind me saying that he's breathing again. So that was the best feeling then.
Imperial Beach Fire Captain Jason Bell and his crew also kept the 8 minutes of compressions going.
Our measures wouldn't have been possible without the quick thinking of the deputies and the bystanders who were already on scene doing CPR.
Then it was AMR's paramedic Nikki Androsky who got a pulse.
We quickly loaded him up en route to the hospital, and he started breathing on his own.
For paramedic Robert Odom, it was the last shift of a long career.
Feels great. This is the best part of the job. I recently retired from AMR, and to see people talking after you run on these calls, that's why we do what we do.
Add it all up, that's 2 bystanders and 9 first responders. So 11 sets of hands saved Frank.
Today we get to stand next to him again and see him again, and it's a great honor doing this job, and that's why we do it.
Good to see you.
Frank's wife, Crystal, is glad the heart attack didn't happen 3 days later when her husband was expected to be at sea.
I would have been out on a 6-man outrigger halfway between Catalina and California.
Instead, it was Imperial Beach, where first responders refused to watch Frank Cavanagh breathe his last breath.
I told him, thanks for saving my life.
In the Zevely Zone,
these guys, saved my life.
Jeff Zevely, News 8.
Doctors say Frank Cavanagh had an artery that was 100% blocked. We're happy to report Frank is feeling great and exercising 6 days a week.